The 7 levels of health awareness. Did you know that most people believe they're healthy, yet they're operating at one of the lowest levels of health awareness without realizing it? Your body is constantly sending signals about energy, inflammation, stress, and long-term disease risk, but only a small percentage of people know how to read them correctly. In this video, we'll explore the 7 levels of health awareness, from complete unconscious neglect to deep, proactive mastery of the body. These levels are inspired by decades of research, longevity science, and the habits of people who not only live longer, but live better. By the end of this video, you'll be able to identify exactly which level you're currently at, why most people never move past the middle levels, and what separates those who merely avoid illness from those who actively build long-term health and resilience. The problem is that when health awareness is low, the consequences don't show up immediately. They accumulate quietly, over years, sometimes decades. When people don't understand how their body works, they mistake warning signs for normal. Chronic fatigue becomes part of life. Poor sleep is brushed off. Inflammation, weight gain, brain fog, and constant stress are treated as unavoidable side effects of aging. But they're not. Without sufficient health awareness, small daily habits slowly push the body toward metabolic dysfunction, hormonal imbalance, and chronic disease. By the time symptoms become impossible to ignore, the damage is often already deeply rooted. Most people only start paying attention at the later stages, after a diagnosis, a health scare, or a sudden loss of energy and quality of life. This is why understanding the levels of health awareness matters. Because the difference between long-term vitality and slow decline isn't genetics, it's awareness. Level 1, unconscious health neglect. Level 1 is where most people start, and unfortunately, where many remain for most of their lives. At this level, health is something you only think about when something goes wrong. As long as there's no pain, no diagnosis, and no major limitation, everything feels fine. Food choices are driven by convenience and taste, not function. Sleep is inconsistent. Stress is constant but normalized. Energy crashes, digestive issues, and mood swings are dismissed as part of a busy modern lifestyle. There is little to no awareness of how daily habits affect inflammation, metabolism, hormones, or long-term disease risk. The body's warning signals are ignored or suppressed with caffeine, sugar, or medication rather than understood. The defining trait of level 1 isn't laziness, it's unawareness. People at this level don't feel unhealthy, but they're slowly accumulating damage beneath the surface. And because nothing feels urgent yet, there's no motivation to change. Level 2, reactive health awareness. At level 2, awareness begins, but only after discomfort appears. Health becomes important when something goes wrong. Weight gain, low energy, poor sleep, digestive problems, or frequent illness. There is a growing sense that the body isn't functioning optimally, but the understanding is still shallow. People at this level react instead of prevent. They search for quick fixes, trending diets, supplements, or workout plans, often jumping from one solution to another without consistency. The goal is symptom relief, not long-term optimization. Medical professionals are consulted primarily to address problems, not to build health proactively. If test results come back normal, habits rarely change, even if the body still feels off. Level 2 is marked by effort without direction. There is motivation, but no framework. Awareness exists, but it's fragmented. Without deeper understanding, progress stalls, and many remain stuck cycling between discomfort and temporary relief. Level 3, basic health literacy. Level 3 is where health stops being random and starts becoming intentional. At this level, people begin to understand that daily habits matter. They recognize the importance of sleep, movement, nutrition, and stress management, and they try to improve them in practical ways. Calories, steps, protein intake, and workout routines become points of focus. There is a basic understanding of healthy versus unhealthy choices, and some consistency begins to form. However, health is still approached in a generic one-size-fits-all way. Advice is followed because it's popular or recommended, not because it's personalized or deeply understood. Signals from the body are acknowledged, but not fully interpreted. Level 3 brings structure, but not mastery. Progress happens, but it's limited. Many people plateau here, doing most things right, yet still feeling that something is missing. Level 4. Personalized health awareness. Level 4 is where health becomes individual. At this level, people stop blindly following general advice and start paying close attention to how their own body responds. Sleep quality, energy levels, digestion, mood, and recovery are observed as meaningful data. There is an understanding that the same diet, workout, or routine can produce very different results in different people. Health choices become adaptive rather than rigid. People at level 4 begin adjusting meal timing, food quality, training intensity, and recovery based on feedback from their body. They recognize early warning signs and correct course before problems escalate. Health is no longer about chasing perfection. It's about alignment. This level marks the transition from information to intuition and from reaction to prevention. Level 5. Proactive health optimization. At level 5, health becomes a strategic priority rather than a background concern. People at this level don't wait for signals. They anticipate them. Daily habits are designed to support energy, resilience, and recovery before problems arise. Sleep, nutrition, movement, and stress management are treated as non-negotiables. There is a deeper understanding of systems like metabolism, inflammation, and the nervous system. Health decisions are made with long-term outcomes in mind, not short-term comfort. Metrics begin to matter, but they don't become obsessions. Wearables, blood markers, and performance feedback are used as tools, not crutches. Level 5 is defined by consistency and foresight. Health is no longer something to fix. It's something to build. Level 6. Systems level health mastery. Level 6 is where health is understood as an interconnected system. At this level, people recognize that sleep affects hormones, hormones affect metabolism, metabolism affects energy, and energy affects decision-making. Nothing is treated in isolation. Lifestyle choices are made with a deep awareness of cause and effect. Stress is managed proactively, not avoided. Recovery is prioritized as much as performance. Rest, movement, nutrition, and mental state are aligned. People at level 6 are highly disciplined, but flexible. They can adapt routines during travel, high workloads, or unexpected stress without losing control. Health becomes a silent advantage. Energy is stable. Focus is sharp. The body supports life instead of limiting it. Level 7. Conscious health. Stewardship level 7 is not about perfection. It's about responsibility. At this level, health awareness extends beyond the self. The body is seen as a long-term asset, something to be protected, respected, and sustained across decades. People at level 7 understand that health is dynamic. They adjust habits with age, environment, and life phases, always thinking in terms of longevity rather than short-term performance. There is calm confidence at this level. No extremes, no trends, just a deep understanding of what supports vitality and what erodes it. Health decisions are intentional, values-driven, and sustainable. The goal is not just to live longer, but to remain capable, independent, and mentally clear for as long as possible. Very few people reach level 7, not because it's complicated, but because it requires awareness, patience, and self-respect.